everyone and welcome back to my channel. Now I'm going to do a colouring chat today. I haven't done our whip of the week as I was calling them. I've got this Spooky Times colouring book. I just want to sit down and do something mega easy. I was going to do this book in order, but I saw this page and I really want to do it. I've got a couple of sheets there behind just to protect it. I'm using Ohuhu markers and some colour art ones as well. So I haven't done a Chatty video in a little while, I'll be totally honest with you. I've just not been in the mood. Oh, I've not got my swatch sheet. What's in the net? Here we go. Yeah, I've just not been in the mood. The only way, whoa, that is making a weird noise, that I'm managing to do it today is because no builders here. We just had the bath delivered this morning. I think that's come out a bit. Let me see if I can push it back in. Yeah, it's come out a bit. Yeah, I had a bath delivered this morning that's going to go in the wet room, and then some plans changed. We was going to... The downstairs doorway that used to be there for Isabel's old room has now been blocked up and it was going to be plastered. But we've come up with a good idea to actually make it into a feature wall where we can keep... Like, we'll have a light installed in there, we can keep shoes in there as well. Then I said put some plants in there, but there's no light. So I don't think that'll work. But yeah, so I've managed up with a free day this week, and I have spent the morning... Why is the nib on this so bad when I've hardly used it? I've spent the morning catching up on jobs that you don't particularly want to be doing all the time. Washing, ironing, even like cleaning skirting boards, mopping up. Filmed a couple of videos. Watched a couple of episodes of Sex and the City while I had my dinner, and then I'm just back up here now, trying to be productive for the day, because if I don't, I'll end up falling asleep on the bed. I'll end up either reading my book, or my dad's borrowed me his Steam Deck. Now if you don't know what a Steam Deck is, I didn't till recently. It's just like a handheld PC almost for playing games. I downloaded Final Fantasy Lightning Returns last night, so that was like... That's the end of my free time, but I've not allowed myself to play it. I said once Isabel's asleep in bed, I'll have an hour on it later on. So try and be a little bit more productive while I've got quiet in the house, because as much as, you know, I can have noise in the background, but it does my head in. You know, when I'm editing the video, so if it winds me up, I can only imagine that it does your head in too. Listening to the banging and the noises in the background, and then me having to put music on over the top, or make it into a time lapse. So yeah, Isabel's back at school. She's been back at school now for... Is this the third week? The third week, and she's finally settled back in. She stopped getting, apart from a Monday, she stopped getting upset in the mornings getting on the bus. Our local council changed the bus company, changed the bus driver, the bus attendant, all the kids on the bus, and she made a really close friend as well. She made a little friend called Mason on a previous bus, so I was really sad for her. So she's not going to see him unless she sees him in school. Yeah, so she's finally settled, but obviously Monday mornings, every kid's going to hate a Monday morning, aren't they? So she does tend to get upset because she's been with Mummy and Daddy all weekend. But I'm going to change her to packed lunches next week, because I'm paying for school dinners and she's not eating them. So we're going to trial putting her on packed lunches and seeing how we're getting on. Now, to do with the work that's going on in the house, I got told nearly 3 weeks ago we've got about 2.5 weeks left, which would mean that the work should be done by now. And it wasn't the fault of the builders, it is the company to do with the house delaying things. The whole track has ended up being changed that's going in Isabel's room. So initially she was just meant to be having one straight track, and they've changed it to a H track, which is fine, because what's the best way of explaining it? I can get her around the room a lot better and get her to different areas of the room with a H track. I'll quickly explain. So you've got just the normal a normal track like this and then it would curve. That's what we initially was going to go for, but the H track, so this is the square, Isabel's bedroom, let's say, so she's going to have a track here and a track here. And then above, there's an actual track here, and she's attached to this one, so this one can move freely around the room, yeah? So she'll come to the top of the room, her bed's here, and then there's going to be another track, and then she gets onto this track, which is then in her wet room, which is on another H track. I'm terrible at explaining things. My husband says that to me all the time, but I do hope that you sort of understood that. But yeah, it's a H track going in both of the rooms. So her room's more or less done. Our kitchen class slash snug gaming area, whatever you want to call it, is done. But her wet room isn't. I don't particularly, I mean, I could go down now and do a couple of clips, but the whole floor is protected with like a plastic sheets because the builders have to go through Isabel's room to get to the wet room now because it's all boarded up, like I said. So it doesn't particularly look like a finished room, so I don't really want to be putting it on the internet until it's done, to be honest. And I'm happy with it, and I've started doing bits of stencil painting in there, and I've put fake ivy. I'm going for like a jungle theme for her. It's mega blurry this, what is going on? Maybe if I just zoom it in a lot like that. Yeah, we've still not got pictures and stuff for the kitchen. We're just really, both of us, undeciding on what sort of colours that we want to go for. I think we're leaning towards yellows, only because it's very grey in there, very grey and white, and I just wanted a pop of colour. So yeah, we're just still deciding. There's no rush. So yeah, when I feel like, oh, it's close enough to being ready, I'll show everyone and share it, because it's flipping gorgeous what's been done. And it's a massive kitchen from what we had. If I can, I'll put clips in of the old kitchen as well when I come to filming that, because yeah, it was a really old-fashioned one and everything was old. So yeah, we've got brand spanking new, but it's just saying it to everyone now, I've just had enough. This work's been going on now for 6 months, and I'm just like, yeah, I've had enough. I've had enough of builders being in every single day, things being dropped off at the house, and then occasions when I do have days like this, I really do feel like I have to try and push getting as much content out as I possibly can, even sitting here doing colouring pages to then take pictures for Instagram. That's what I feel like I sort of have to do. But I did plan as well on spending the day with my eldest, my son, this Thursday, because he's not at university on Thursdays. And we planned on going to the Trafford Centre and going to Pesto and having a nice dinner, but then I've just found out the electricians and the plumbers are both turning up on Thursday, so it's going to be chaos, absolute chaos in this house. I've been through it several times, different trades being in the house at the same time, and it's murder. So I can't leave the dog. I've ended up having to put the crate back downstairs because she's getting that stressed out. And if you watched my previous WIP of the week, we ended up taking her to the emergency vets, which turns out that she's got a grade 5 heart murmur. I'm a bit concerned that if she gets that stressed, she's going to end up having an heart attack. And yes, it can happen. So I'm panicking now. Anytime that really loud things or I've got a lot of people in the house, I need to be here with her. I need to be here to take her out for walks, to get her out the house and around out of the noise and stress. So yeah, that's happened on Thursday, so I've had to cancel spending the day with my son. I'm sure he doesn't mind. He's probably happy. He's probably thinking I'd rather just spend the day at home anyway. But yeah, if you don't offer to do these things, you don't end up doing anything with your kids, do you? And if I don't offer, then he won't ask me to do anything. He's a typical teenager, just wanting the Xbox. But yeah, he's started uni now, he's doing a gaming course, which I'm really intrigued because I've said to him he should be learning a lot about like editing things on computers. He might be able to show me how to do certain things. So I do believe that is part of the background. Is it? I think it's meant to be a hole in the tree. Yeah, so it's just all building work every single day. I've actually started diamond painting again. Shocker. I hadn't touched diamond painting for almost 2 years. And I had it was a bird one. What's it called? It was a diamond art club anyway, and it's got flowers and birds on in the diamond painting, and I probably did about 10% of it, and I've come back to it now and I'm probably almost at the halfway point. So again, that's just been a nice sitting up here with my headphones. Louis gave me a pair of really good headphones and the noise cancelling, so I've just been sat up here either doing my colouring or doing diamond painting when I get a spare minute, and literally the dog is sat at my feet and then I shut the door so she can't get out. Yeah, it's just stressful all round. So let me look. I know I've got, even though this one's called Vermilion, I want that for the apple. Yeah, I want the brighter of the two, I think. And is there anywhere else I could use this? Yeah, never in a million years did I think that I would enjoy doing these pages, and I'm not bothering faffing around with loads and loads of shading. If I feel like I could get that darker red and add a little bit over the top of this. If I don't, I don't, I do sort of thing. But I've been enjoying editing the videos again, which quite surprised me. Where else could I do red? Yeah, we'll do the skull and the dots in red as well. I don't want to use loads and loads of different colours. Oh, actually, we'll do this part. To follow it around. I have literally just uploaded a video as well. Colouring pages I will be colouring in October, Halloween pages. And I know that I'm going to end up finding 1,000,001 pages that I didn't add to that video. And it's going to annoy the life out of me. I know I am, because it happens all the time. But I've put on my community tab. Let's just see what this looks like. I've put on my community tab, I think 5. I want to say 5 different illustrations in different books for my channel members to pick the colour along. And I'm secretly hoping it's one of the Sarah Richter ones, because I really like the paper. I decided not to go with a Clara Makeover page because the one that I really liked was a double page spread and it was so detailed. So if I want to colour it, it might just be I'll pop on camera and colour certain bits. I can't do the full thing. A colour along will be probably like 7 or 8 hours long. Can't do that. I need to go and get a drink. I didn't bring one up. Feel better now. I've got my water. I got this water from Amazon, so I do occasionally get food from there, like a food shop order, and it's horrible. It's horrible. It's been a water snob, so just have cordial next time. This is the picture that I took yesterday morning. So if the camera, is it gonna focus? So yeah, she's really happy in the morning now, as long as I'm singing to her. I mean, I'd love to know some of the things that I do in the background of these pictures. You see there? See a little face? Little love. And another one that's a bit closer. Little love. All her big teeth are coming in now. She's got 2 gaps at the bottom, but I've just noticed in the past couple of days that they've started coming through. I'm having to give her paracetamol for it. While I've got these pictures up on my phone now, these are the pictures on the community tab right now, on the members one, and I've got a funny feeling that either number 5 is going to win or number 2, but I could be wrong. But this illustration here, this is from Seasons from Hannah Curzon. I could do portions of it in yeah, one video like that, take 20 minutes, that sort of thing. That's my idea. If that doesn't get chosen, I thought that'd be quite nice to do and challenge myself, because some of the things on there I've never coloured before. So for his little cape, I was thinking purples. Yeah. What I might do, I was getting bloody everywhere this. Let's just get a darker one. 8. That'll do. I've just ordered from the Ohuhu website actually. I was looking for the glitter gel pens. £7 postage. £7 bloody pound postage. It's £12 for the markers and £7 postage. Scott, one of my lovely subscribers, has given me a discount code. I think there was £1.20 off, so it's better than nothing, but still £7. There was nothing else that I particularly felt like I wanted, needed to order. I'm trying to be careful with money and saving up to do other things to the house. Once all this work is done, all the driveway needs doing, and Danny's measured it out. He measured stuff for his job. He's an estimator, and he's worked it out. The driveway that he wants, it's this resin thing that his dad's got. He reckons it'll cost between 5 and 6 grand, and it does desperately need doing, as is the worst in the little cul-de-sac that we live in. Next doors have just, well, not a couple of months before the work started, they had theirs done, so it's a brand spanking new one, which makes ours look even worse. So yeah, I do think just spending money on your house and doing it up, if you can afford it, is the best thing to be spending money on, to be honest. So as much as I would love to order the, what was it, 170 something pack of these pens, no, I can't justify it. Not at all. I'll occasionally buy restocks of things that I use regularly. Like I've just used up my last Caran d'Ache, not the full blender, I don't like that one, the wooden one. So I've ordered a pack of 2 off Amazon. They were like £5. Stuff like that I'll happily replace, and then I've treated myself to them gel pens and paid £7 postage. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting them. I probably won't do a video on them. Just test them out in my own time. Unless who feel really, really nice and they want to send me stuff, then I'll do a video. So how's everybody else doing? I felt like I was saying in loads of different videos, when I do a chatty video, and I don't. Oh, one thing to say that is sort of new. She's been doing it for a while, but my niece has really got into watercolouring. And she ain't half good. If I can work out how to do it, I'll put some of the pictures over on the screen somewhere. So you should be able to see the watercolour paintings that she's done, and I'm dead proud of her. I'm dead proud of her. I couldn't do them. So she's doing a cracking job. She came round on Sunday, her and her fiance, for a Sunday roast. God, it doesn't half bleed through this. And I went through my stash and I give her watercolour books, paints, metallic paints. I was telling her to buy the Cotman, Winsor & Newton Cotman set. And then I looked at my paints and I thought, you know, I don't use it all that often. So if she's going to use it and going to love it, I'll just give it to her. And she does, she loves them. We're all going out, which I'm looking forward to, but on the next breath I'm not, because it's a bottomless brunch and I don't do day drinking. Normally, even if I'm having a meal, if I have one drink, I need to go to sleep. I can't handle it. Can't handle it. Night time, fine. Gin and tonics, I can drink that, I can drink wine, you know. But in the day I can't do it. But my sister's organised for my niece's birthday. It's 90 minutes. So you pay £35 for 90 minutes of unlimited drinking. And now in my brain I'm going to be thinking, I need to get my money's worth. I need to get my money's worth. And it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Danny's picking me up. No, he's dropping me off. And then depending what I'm like, and if we go anywhere else, which I doubt it, he's probably going to come and pick me up. There's a small plate of food and I mean a small plate of food included in that, so I'm going to probably have to order more food, because drinking, especially day drinking for me, on an empty stomach is not a good idea. So yeah, he's going to be spending the late afternoon, early evening on his own with Isabel. He's done it before, but it'll be nice for him to spend time with her on their own without me there. I think he said he was going to end up taking her out. He'll end up taking us to Trafford Centre or something like that. Taking her from McDonald's, and she doesn't mind being pushed around there. I need to get on as well. Well, I already have wheelchair service in... I live the northwest, not that far from Manchester, and the wheelchair service round here is an absolute joke. I've rung up too many times, I've lost count. I'm even thinking now of getting Danny to ring up and complain, because they're just not calling me back, and they're saying staffing issues, and I understand that, you know, but when Isabel's sitting in a chair, she's leaning heavily to the right hand side, and even school is commenting about how bad it is, and I'm like to school, well, what do you want me to do? I've rung wheelchair service, I'm not allowed to actually technically mess with it. And I've said this to numerous professionals, why don't we get sent on some sort of course to get shown how to use equipment, not just that, when it needs changing, because children grow. You know, I should be just shown, and I don't have to ring these places up, I could just do it myself, but no, we're not allowed. So we had to get the chair adjusted because she's grown that much. And then the wheelchair needs doing, and then she's got... It's actually today, it's 4:30 today, and I've just remembered. So that's a good job. They're coming around today to assess her for a new bed, because the bed that she's in's too small as well. So, yeah, I completely forgot about that. 4:30 today. I've got some washing I need to bring upstairs drying. I don't like drying washing being downstairs when I've got people coming around. Had it all upstairs. Yeah, so let's see what they say about the situation with the bed. She got measured recently, and she's 4.5 foot. 4.5 foot, and she's not even 8 yet. She's flipping tall, but she's so skinny. And I always say this, she's more than my son, so I don't understand how she is. I'm managing to get this. I'm probably getting more on myself than I am on this page. But do you see what I mean about the shading? It's just so easy, and you know, I'm not worrying about putting this there, and if I mess it up, I don't really, it's not that I don't care, but I'm not as, ooh, even then going out the lines, I'm not as, yeah, I'm not as bothered, because it's just a fun page to do. It's not like I'm going to finish this off on camera anyway, I'm just doing this in my own time. So what else? What else? There's a programme that I think we're starting either tonight or tomorrow. Is it Sweet Pea? I've seen it advertised all over Sky. It's about a girl, she's quiet or something, and then just one day she'd had enough and she started doing bad things to people that didn't deserve it, I think. I don't want to say the word because YouTube will flag it up. Because it likes to do that. I've learnt my lesson. Yeah, it's not too bad. The skull, I'm just really going to go boring and traditional, and like not a skin tone colour, but what's this one? Red grey. That'll do. That'll do. This one is from the pastel set in the Ohuhu markers. I'm getting the urge as well to move things around in my art room. Comment and tell me to stop, because the amount of work that it'd take to move everything around in here with all the plants, the glass cabinet, the bookshelf, all the books, the supplies, it would take me days. So why I've got the itch to do it again, I don't know. I even had the thought of, yeah, let's paint the rest of the room blue. It took me ages just to do that one wall. So then I'd have another literally two and a bit. Yeah, 2 and a bit. And that's right around the doorway, and I'm really clumsy. It'd be all over the frame and the skirting boards and everything. Actually, I'm going to use that same colour for the other skulls so they all match. because why not? So if you've got children, if they're settled back in school, back into the routine, they'll be off again before we know it though for Halloween, and then they're off again at Christmas. It does sometimes feel that they spend more time out of school than they do in. What colour shall I do his hand? It's just meant to be a mask, isn't it? So I'll do the hands a different colour. And I should have coloured these eyes all in black as well. Is there not a black in here? Dark brown. I'll try that actually. Yeah, it seems eerily quiet today. There's just literally nobody else in the house. Dog sat, like I said, in here. It's just really quiet. Yeah, that's dark enough. Dark enough for moi. Do I want to do the eyes? Yeah, I'm going to do the eyes, then I can add like white dots where highlights are with a bit of Posca pen or something. We're all going out as well for a family meal. It was meant to be me, Danny, Isabel, Lewis, my father-in-law and his stepmom. Yeah. But there's a couple more family members coming now, so it should be nice that we don't see all that often. We went to the local Indian restaurant. We've not been out in ages as well, all of us together, so I do spend more time, or I do tend to spend more time with my husband's family than my family. I barely see my mum. She's just ran downstairs. I think I'm going to do, yeah, we'll do his little hand and we'll do his tail. And his little foot poking out there as well. I'm going to do the hot, shall I? I'm really undecided. I might leave stripes of white going through the tail. Is it meant to be a raccoon? I'm not sure. They're just dead cute, these pages, aren't they? It's done it again, the camera. I think I need to lower it. I was due to go to my nail lady as well, and one of my nails broke off, and then I got annoyed and then pulled them all off, and I was naughty, and then I've just painted them. I cancelled my appointment. Said I'd rearrange, and I've just not gone back yet. And then my hair appointment, it got cancelled. Why did it get cancelled? Oh, because they moved salons. It was literally right around the corner from me, and then they've moved. It would take me about half an hour to walk there. So she cancelled the first appointment because they were doing the move, which is fine. And then she cancelled the second one because she had a migraine. Again, that is absolutely fine. When people get ill. But then I'd messaged her a couple of days later. I just left her for a couple of days. Then she didn't get back to me. And she's just messaged me now saying, can I give you a ring tomorrow when I'm back in work? I'm like, on week 9 or week 10. And I'm just thinking, shall I just go back to doing my own hair again as well? And that'll save money. Just do my own nails, do my own hair. But Danny, you just say to me, get you out for a bit. That's ink, that. That's ink. I've just spotted this green, yellow green. No, I thought it was a brighter. Oh, the OT's actually just messaged me. So the OT cancelled on me. It's a good job I only remembered it today, wasn't it? So I just went down and made myself a nice cup of tea. I can't properly show you, but how cute's this cup? It says be kind. I found it in TK Maxx. So I was looking for a really in your face lime green, but I don't think I've got one. That one's not too bad. I did go through my alcohol markers recently, and any ones that were on the verge of going, I got rid of. Got rid of and binned them. I did have a look, like I said, I ordered the glitter markers from the Ohuhu website, and I didn't realise they did refills, and the refills that I would have definitely would have wanted are the skin tone colours, and they were all sold out, unfortunately. Can I use this colour anywhere else? Maybe on the wings? Oh, actually I'll just do the rest of the butterfly. Oh, on this colour. So yeah, they've cancelled now, so that, you know, it's not the end of the world. She still fits in that bed. It's funny because she got me to measure it, and she's seen the bed that Isabel's in. She's got me to measure it, and she said, "Oh, she'll be fine for a little while. She's still in a cot bed." I said, "No, she's not. No, she's not." Sent her the measurements, because they were going to basically bring round an identical bed to what she's got now, but the sides would be lower, because she doesn't need the really high sides because she can't sit up. She just needs the sides so she can't roll out of bed. So yeah, they were just basically going to bring round the same bed, it just had lower sides. They said it's not any difference in the length or the width, so it's sort of pointless you bringing that round. She was like, "Oh, well, we'll have to come round and do an assessment before we can find any other bed." Right, that's fine. And yeah, they've cancelled, so emergencies happen, don't they? I've done a lovely cottage pie. I've been dead savvy. I've done cottage pie for tea, but on Sunday, like I said, when my niece came round, my niece Elise came round, I did extra mash. I did loads and loads and loads of mash to freeze it. And I've been really savvy, and I remembered to take it out this morning, along with the lamb mince. Is it shepherd's pie or cottage pie with if it's made of lamb? I always get mixed up. And I didn't have to make mash. I didn't have to make mash this morning, which was brilliant. I hate making mash. So these trees, so shall I do them realistic? Let's have a look at this colour. Morin. I thought that said moron then. Morin. I was going to say. Let's have a look. Yeah, let's let's do realistic trees, I think. And then maybe do a different sort of ground. So yeah, tomorrow I'm going to be spending probably most of the day hiding, either in here or in my bedroom, keeping the dog occupied and quiet and not too stressed out, and just have an art day or a gaming day. I think that's why I've gone manic this morning and done all my jobs. See, my husband's one of them that if he came home and the house was a mess, he wouldn't ever say anything to me. But I just feel like, because I don't work and the only money that I make is doing YouTube videos, my job is to look after the house, look after the kids, make sure that there's cooking, clean clothes, ironing. You know, I'm quite old fashioned like that. But I just feel better in myself knowing that the house is nice and clean, and you know, the toilet's clean, the shower's clean for them, and they're just not living in a grubby house. I wasn't brought up over the like, oh, you need to do this and you need to do that. It's just over the years I've picked up habits, shall I say. Picked up habits, yeah. And ever since we've got this kitchen done, oh my god. The amount of times my fella cleans the kitchen sides, the worktops, the hob. Honestly, the amount of cloths that I go through in a day, it's become his hobby. As soon as he gets in from work, and one good thing, he does do the clearing up after tea. He did do it before, but he definitely does it a little bit more now. But yeah, that's become his hobby, cleaning the damn kitchen. What do we sound like? What do we sound like? Did anybody watch the Anthony Joshua fight at the weekend? I actually watched it. I actually came downstairs and sat with Danny and his brother, and now the dog's barking. She can hear someone bringing the bin in. Pretty sure that's what it is. Stress head. I completely tell the lie. She was barking because an Amazon van pulled outside and they were talking to my neighbours. So I just ran down and it is... Oh, why is it only one? It should be a pack of 2. That's not right. Let me check. It's meant to be a pack of 2. So I've paid £5 for one when you can get them from, is it Casa for £2.20 I think. Yeah. The picture shows 2. One count, pack of 1, Deborah. Even though the picture, look, shows 2. That is very deceptive. So I paid £5.50. Well, that's going back. That's going back. I'm not paying £5.15 for one when I can get one for £2.30 I think. So yeah, off to the post office tomorrow. Yeah, that didn't work out, did it? I'm going to end up having a horrible line here now because I stopped midway through. But it don't matter. No stress. Yeah, I mentioned, didn't I, downloaded Final Fantasy. So yeah, I'm looking forward to playing that. If I don't give myself a reel, then I'll end up sitting here all day on it. And I do try and get out. I mean, the weather's not so nice at the minute with the amount of rain that's coming down. But I do try and get out, take the dog out. And if it's raining as well, she won't walk. I took her out, this was Friday last week when I had the plasterer here. And we got all ready, suited and boosted, because I did know it was going to rain, but I still went out. And then we got probably about 15, 20 minutes down the road. And there's like it's not a field. Well, it is sort of a field. It's like a man-made nature thing that they built next to this rugby field near me. And I planned on taking her there, but no, as soon as it started really quite heavily raining, she completely stopped walking. And now if I pull her the wrong direction, because she will only walk in a certain harness, she doesn't like it too tight, she would come out of the harness. So coming up to roads, crossing roads, I had to pick her up and carry her. And we had to come back home. Very picky. But I've got to remember, my dad said this to me yesterday when he came visiting me. He said, you've got to remember, Deborah, that she's older now. She's not a young dog. So that's why I panic if she's barking downstairs. Does she need to go to the toilet? Is she having an attack? You know. She doesn't like my electric sharpener. So I can't use that if she's in the room. Sometimes it's worse than having a kid. Oh. Shall I bother doing any shading on these? I am so excited for them glitter markers. I quickly just checked my phone, my emails, when I ran downstairs, and they've been dispatched already, them glitter markers. So I wonder how long it's going to take to get here. We're all used to Amazon speed now, aren't we? Definitely not Amazon prices. £5 odd for one pencil. You know, that's going back. Yeah, we're all used to the quickness, aren't we? Even if you sat there in bed at 10 o'clock at night, like next day delivery or delivery by 1 PM. So anything else that takes more than a couple of days, even if it's like a week, you think, oh God, I've waited a lifetime for this package. I mean, realistically, that's probably how it should be. Not a lot of companies are going to be able to do what Amazon does. My niece and her fella used to work for Amazon. And they used to tell me some stories. Put it that way. What is that meant to be there? Is that meant to be like a plant? I don't know. Let's go around the skull. I think it's meant to be like a hoodie that it's got on. Stick with the purples. If you're going to get one pack of the alcohol markers, definitely get the pastel ones. They're so pretty. Really nice. And then we'll do the bones on his outfit. Got one called Sand. Might be a bit dark. Yeah, it's too close to the tree colour. What's this one? Brick Beige. Brick Beige, that'll do. The brick beige. Actually, I'm going to use this to colour in the white of the tail, because I was going to keep it white, but that means I'm going to have to add shading on it, and I can't be bothered. Am I going to be able to finish all this page? See, if I actually took the time, I'd be able to do like a light effect with the candles and stuff, but I'm like, that's not the rule in this book, that's not the purpose of it. I'll tell you what, I've been enjoying, I can't properly say her name, Emily Oberg, is that how you pronounce it? Emily Oberg. Her book, the reprint, Colour with Claire, thank you for sorting that out, because I don't think a lot of us would have been able to get hold of that book. So I'm really, really pleased with it, and I'm really surprised how much I've enjoyed it. I've downloaded pages off the Facebook group, and she sent out the missing page that should have been in that book. It's a Father Christmas page, I think. I'm sure it is. I'll show you the pages that I printed out. I have a drink and a cup of tea. What have I put on? Oh, there we go. I do think that new Christmas one, or the one that she sent out via email, is on the Facebook group as well now. But this is on there, a Halloween one. Don't know if I'm going to film any of this. I can't remember what this page was. The textured. It's the Nina one, the textured one, I think. I can't remember what it's like. So I don't know whether I'll do it on film or what, but I thought that'd be quite a nice one to do. And then this is the Christmas one that I'm talking about. So this is the one that she emailed out, but it is on the Facebook group now, and this is on that textured paper as well. And this is on the smooth one, and this is on the Facebook group. So I plan on keeping these just in the book, so, you know, I'm not getting them mixed up. And I'm looking forward to doing them, especially the Father Christmas one. So I don't know what to do about this. I'm not sure whether that's... I don't know. Whether that's meant to be a plant or what. Let's get these filled in quickly. And then the beads and whatnot. Use my favourite gel pen. This is the Pentel Duo. What is it? Pentel Hybrid Duo. Is that orange and gold? Really pretty. And just quickly, easy, finishes off a page. I think I'm going to finish it here because I've just realised what time it is. It is almost 3:15. Well, you know what? I've not had a brew all day. I had a Red Bull this morning. Don't come for me, I know it's naughty. I don't have them all that often. I used to drink a lot of the Monster drinks, and then I completely cut it out. And occasionally now I'll have a Red Bull, very occasionally. But yeah, I've not had a cup of tea all day. So that's nice. So I need to finish a couple of things off downstairs and get a chair set up. Get the door open, I have to open the gate. There's loads of prep before she comes home, and then when she's left school in the morning, there's loads of like, right, this needs to go there, that needs to go there. I need to get a tray out. I do big batch cooking for Isabel, because she only eats certain things, and she absolutely loves my spaghetti bolognese, and it has to be with lamb mince. I've tried her with a mixture of pork and beef. I've tried her with beef, and she just likes the lamb. She has to be fussy. So I made, the last time I did that, I think I got 16 portions out of it. So I took a portion out, so I just need to cook her some pasta when she gets home, because she's always starving. Absolutely starving. I mean, like, to the point where she's hangry. She's angry and hungry, so she's hangry. So I have to sort of time it really well and get the pasta on, and then get her out of her chair and try and occupy her while that's cooking. Yeah, that's why I try and prepare food. I've got my hands full when she's home. But I'm going to finish this WIP of the week colour along here, and hopefully I'll be able to edit this video either later on this evening or tomorrow. Probably tomorrow at this point. I'm not sure when it'll be up, but hopefully I can get back into the swing of WIP of the week. I'm going to have to check what number it is. I'm sure I'm in the 30s now. But thank you so much for spending a bit of time with me, just doing an easy colouring page, listening to me ramble on. And yeah, I've got to remember to add them pictures that Elise did. My niece. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.